Morning all. So Friday morning rant. So the last couple of videos that I've done talking about reform Nigel Farage have split the audience probably, I would say 90-10. 90% of people have been in favour of what I've been saying, 10% have not been in favour. But I just want to clarify one or two things this morning. First of all, look, you've got to give it to him. Nigel has become a fully fledged, proper politician. Yep, he's lost everyone's trust. He's lost most people's faith. Most people now don't like him. So, yep, and he's been caught telling lies on live TV, talking about Tommy. So, yeah, look, he's now a proper politician, ain't he? But that's not really the politician that we wanted, is it? That's not reform. Now, I woke up this morning and my inbox was, I wouldn't say bursting, but it was quite, quite busy with people telling me that, all this has got to stop splitting the vote, blah, blah, blah. I just don't get what part of this these people don't understand. Look, Nigel Farage and reform have been caught cheating on us, right? Now, when your partner cheats on you, do you just stay quiet for the sake of the family? Even though you know it's not the right thing. When your partner or your friend or whoever that you choose to trust, when that trust and that partnership is betrayed, which is unquestionably what reform have done, what do? Do you just stay quiet or do you call it out? Now look, all right, I'd take Nigel Farage over Keir Starmer in a heartbeat, wouldn't we all, right? But that doesn't mean to say that we can't be, I think Dan Wootton calls it critical friends. Well, I'm not even a critical friend of reform anymore. I've gone completely the other way with them because of who they're recruiting and the way they're going about things. And not just that, it's the way that they've betrayed, in my opinion, all the people that put in all the hard work to get them where they goddamn are today. All the grassroots members that they've betrayed, kicked out, and replaced them with ex-Lib Dems, ex-Tories. I mean, is that what you want? Is that what you want? If that's what you want, why don't you just go back and vote Tory and leave proper reform to the people? It's supposed to be the People's Party. Now it's the Tory Party light. We want reform, and I said this in a post last night. The reform support or the potential reform vote is now split into two different types of people. There are those of us like myself that want genuine reform, and there are others who will just take anything other than Labour and the Conservatives. Well, I understand that, I get that, and I respect that. I would take pretty much anything over those parties. But we've got to aim high and shoot a bit lower. If you set the bar so low, as reform voters, reform Nigel Farage supporters, if you allow him to set the bar so low, what do you think we're going to get if and when they get into power? I mean, they're just another bunch of establishment stooges, and that's not what we want. And as for this Runcorn by-election, I mean, one guy even called me a traitor because by encouraging people not to vote reform in Runcorn, it would allow Labour to get back in. Look, it's one seat, my friend, one seat. It ain't going to change your life, it ain't going to change mine, and it ain't going to change the people's lives that live in Runcorn. What potentially could change the country's future is by convincing Farage and reform that the people want genuine reform. And if you vote Farage in, if you vote reform in Runcorn, you are giving them the green light to do whatever he and Mohammed Zia Yusuf wants to do. Like I said, I compare it to your kids, right? Sometimes you have to be cruel to be kind. And the best lesson that the people of Runcorn can give reform for their future is not to vote reform at Runcorn. If you want more ex-Lib Dems, more ex-Tories, more pro-migration candidates standing for reform, be my guest. But if that's what you want, then the Reform Party that most people thought they were voting for is dead. Why do you think so many people are going back to UKIP? Now, you could say the UKIP vote is going to be minuscule, it doesn't matter. Let me tell you, when it comes to the next general election, some of these seats are going to be so tight that 50 votes might be enough to swing a seat. And Reform have unquestionably, whether you like it or whether you don't, whether you're against what I'm saying, whether you're for what I'm saying, there's one thing we'd have to agree on, right, is that this self-inflicted mess that Reform are in right now, and people blame me for talking about it, and others, there's plenty of other people talking about it, right? This self-inflicted mess that Farage has created by his sudden swing to the left is undeniable. That's no one else's fault but Nigel Farage's. Yet his sycophants, his supporters, the people out there that think that Farage can just do no wrong whatsoever, and there seems to be more of them than I thought, you got to understand that, like I said already, without repeating myself, if you let him get away with doing whatever he wants, more for you. Because right now, Reform is Nigel Farage and Zia Youssef. What happens when Nigel Farage bails out in 2029? We're left with Zia Youssef as the leader of Reform. So you can kick and scream and play up all you like, Nigel supporters. Doesn't matter to me. The truth is the truth. It's not my fault, it's not anyone else's fault that Nigel has taken a big pivot to the centre left, even calling Keir Starmer a thoroughly decent man, really. But I don't think you'll find that the vast majority of people that you want to vote for you would call Keir Starmer a thoroughly decent man. There are people currently in jail right now because of Keir Starmer's regime. They're in jail for hurty words and Facebook posts. A thoroughly decent man, right, that's not my idea of reform. And if it's your idea with reform, then maybe we ain't got as much in common as we thought.